So I had this idea that I wanted to plant 1,000,000 trees for one of my videos. And so, you know, like we do, we start just seeing if it's actually feasible. We did a bunch of research, we called a bunch of companies, and we came to the conclusion that I was stupid and it's not possible. 1,000,000 trees is way too many trees to plant. So then I did something that's typical for me. When something's not possible, I somehow make it more impossible. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to hit 20 million subscribers. I want to plant 20 million trees. And everyone's like, does your brain not work? And I'm like, nope, I want to plant 20 million trees. So then I just threw out a tweet and I was like, to celebrate 20 million subscribers, I want to plant 20 million trees. If anyone wants to help, reach out. And that's kind of where this ball started rolling. I ended up connecting with Mark Rober.
I am a former NASA and Apple mechanical engineer turned YouTuber.
Obviously, unlike me, he's a NASA scientist and engineer. He's done lots of cool stuff and he's a lot older and wiser. And so he was able to help me iron out the details.
I was still working at Apple. He called me up and I know exactly where I was. I walked outside of the building and we were pacing back and forth being like, is this something we could do? Is this possible? You know, more and more people started liking it and retweeting it. So it was clear there was like an appetite for this.
How do we actually plant 20 million trees? At first, we wanted our subscribers to buy seeds and then like they go plant seeds in like their backyard or saplings. But the problem is like you could plant a tree and it could be an invasive species. So it could harm the trees around them depending on where you plant them.
We realized whatever we did, we wanted it to be like ironclad, bulletproof. If we were gonna be asking kids to like give their money like to this cause, we wanted to make sure it was going towards actually planting trees and it would be done in a way that would actually help the planet.
So we kept working on it relentlessly, and eventually we got connected with the Arbor Day Foundation. They've planted hundreds of millions of trees. If these guys can plant hundreds of millions of trees, I think they could actually plant 20 million trees. They gave us hope. So then me and Mark asked them, like, could they actually plant a tree for $1? Because we thought of the slogan, right? $1 equals one tree. Here's $1, and I donated it.
Literally, that dollar will go towards planting one tree somewhere across the globe. Ultimately, our goal was to plant trees on all the continents except for Antarctica. Arbor Day will work with local partners all across the globe. Their message is plant the right tree at the right place at the right time. It's like doing this responsibly so it actually matters and makes a difference.
So then we started tinkering with the name. We eventually ended up on Team Trees, $1 equals one tree. Team Trees was also different than what I normally do because the point wasn't really a video. The point was literally to plant 20 million trees.
We actually didn't create a ton of content around Team Trees. He was like, this is something that I truly care about. I think we can do it. It's gonna take a lot of work. But if we're able to raise $20 million to plant 20 million trees, like that is life-changing on so many ways.
I think the biggest thing we wanted to prove is that the internet isn't just all talk. Like if we really put our minds together and try to make a positive change, like we can actually do it.
And then once I decided that, the next problem was, how do we raise $20 million to plant the 20 million trees?
So the goal was to plant 20 million trees by 2020. In other words, to raise $20 million. But that meant we had like 2 months to do it, which is bonkers. But by making such an audacious goal and just saying like, the only way this happens, you guys, is if we all band together and just really selling that vision.
I started reaching out to these YouTubers and I was expecting them not to care. I was expecting them to be like, yeah, I don't care about your stupid tree thing. Like I got my own stuff, I'm busy. But that wasn't the response. Almost every single YouTuber I messaged was like actually excited. And I was shocked. They were like, yes, like I want to be involved. This is a good cause. And like a lot of them seemed like genuinely interested in helping. And so as we started reaching out to creators, we kept seeing this same enthusiasm. We slowly just built a large group of influencers.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hey, Zach, we've got $1 for you.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna take the dollar, put it in some dirt, and then pull. Ooh. And you get a tree.
I'm so excited.
I genuinely was just shocked by just how much these creators cared. Literally hundreds of creators made videos on their channels to raise money to plant trees.
20 million trees. I am so in.
Proud members of Team Trees, we're filming a music video.
Don't get all way.
I would plant at least a couple of trees.
The reason I'm most excited about this is it feels like the end of Power Rangers when they would all assemble into the big thing and fight stuff together and do good.
We will be planting 20 million trees.
Team Trees was launched on October 25th, 2019.
And we put them in the hole?
We either thought it would just absolutely crash and burn and it would just be an absolute disaster, or we would hit our goal and it would be like a big success.
Only 19,999,980 more trees. Let's go! Yeah!
Once we put it out there, the world kind of just like took it and just blew it up.
Look at all these people. We're easily gonna hit 20 million.
One of the fun things about Team Trees is we actually had a leaderboard so you could see the top donators. And so it started off at like 10,000 and then it got up to 100 grand, which is insane. $100,000 donated is 100,000 trees planted. Elon Musk donated $1 million. I think we ended with the top donation being like $1,001 just to be at the top.
It's definitely not true that this campaign happened because all these corporations stepped in. The median donation was something like $4. This was Tooth Fairy money. This was 6th grade bake sale money. And the real power here is that kid who's now part of Team Trees who donated $2, they also are much more likely to turn off the light when they leave the room. Or if they see their friend putting trash on the ground or not recycling, it's like, yo, like I'm on Team Trees, all right?
It only took a month to hit the goal of 20 million.
It was just so crazy to see us smash that goal in such little a time. And like, yeah, I honestly did not think we were gonna hit the goal by the end of the year, but we crushed it.
I cannot express in words just how amazing the YouTube community was and how much love they showed Team Trees and just how hard they pushed it and just how great everyone was. Like, it really was beautiful to see all these hundreds, if not 1,000+ creators come together and just support this one cause that was for good.
Jimmy is an inspiration, not just to fellow creators on the platform, but people who watch his videos that show that, you know, you can be a force for good in the world and you don't have to have all these superpowers. You could just be like a dude with his buddies, having fun and doing cool stuff that makes people happy.